What is up, people? Stephen here with Moving to Canada. It's August 17th and we've had yet another all-program draw for ExpressEntry, which means if you're a CEC, FSW or FST candidate, this might be your week. So let's look at the breakdown. In the August 17th ExpressEntry draw for immigration to Canada, 2,250 candidates were issued an invitation to apply. The comprehensive ranking system score cutoff threshold for this draw was 525 points. As always, if you are one of the lucky ones who will be expecting their ITA from this draw, just remember that it can take up to 24 hours for said ITA to appear in your IRCC account. So, like we've mentioned, CRS score cutoffs are starting to drop a little bit, and while still being quite high compared to those pre-pandemic levels, that might mean good things for those of you in the pool waiting to be called. However, one question we see everyone asking in the comments is how long until the draws drop to that 450-475 mark that was once deemed pretty competitive. ExpressEntry is a complicated system, and there are lots of different factors that could affect the CRS score cutoff and or the number of ITAs issued each round. We're soon expecting Canada to launch a new immigration program, or programs, to help people transition from temporary to permanent status. And we are expecting targeted ExpressEntry draws to begin in early 2023. Which you can learn all about in this video right here. Now, both of these updates could have major impacts on the CRS score cutoff and impacts that are challenging to accurately predict. So, with all that uncertainty, we thought it might be of value to talk you through some alternatives to ExpressEntry that you might be eligible for to secure your permanent residence in Canada. So today, we are going to cover two popular ExpressEntry alternatives, but let us know if you have other alternative immigration programs that you would like us to cover. Provincial Nominee Programs, Pmps. In 2022, Canada plans to admit more than 80,000 new permanent residents through Provincial Nominee Programs, or Pmps, which is actually more than the annual target for ExpressEntry. Now, Pmps can seem daunting to understand, as there are more than 80 different Pmp streams, each with their own unique criteria and processes. But now might be the time to explore your Pmp options. Some Pmps require work experience in an in-demand occupation. Some require past work or education completed in Canada, while others might require an ExpressEntry profile. And some are only for experienced entrepreneurs. Yeah, it can be a lot to understand. If you want more information, you should check out our Pmp Live Tracker tool, which we'll link in the description. You can use this tool to search Pmps based on things like occupation, required Canadian work experience, and more. And it is a great way to learn about your options. We've also got a bunch of videos on Pmps, and we'll be launching a new video on the British Columbia Pmp soon. So make sure you're subscribed to this channel to be one of the first to see it. Lmia work permits. An Lmia-based work permit is another option to live and work in Canada that isn't dependent on ExpressEntry. But what is Lmia? An Lmia, or Labour Market Impact Assessment, is a document obtained by a Canadian employer who wants to hire foreign talent. That means you can't apply for an Lmia yourself. You have to find a Canadian employer willing to go through the Lmia process. With an Lmia, a Canadian employer can offer you a job offer that enables you to apply for a work permit and come to Canada to work. Lmias can be a bit of hassle, and most employers prefer to find local talent instead of going through the extra work required to hire internationally. But if you have exceptional skills and talents to bring to a position, a Canadian employer might be willing to get an Lmia to bring you in. Although Lmias are temporary status, they can give you a boost for ExpressEntry. You get additional CRS points for having a valid Canadian job offer. Plus, once you get 1 year of skilled Canadian work experience, you'll get even more points for Canadian work experience. Hopefully those two options can provide some insight into potential paths you can take to secure permanent residency. Again, let us know in the comments if there are any other programs you want us to cover. Like we've already said, ExpressEntry is a pretty complicated system, and with all the recent announcements happening, we kinda just have to sit back and wait to see what happens. However, if you want to make sure you are one of the first people in the world to get your ExpressEntry news, then make sure that you're subscribed to this YouTube channel and you've signed up for a Moving to Canada newsletter, which I will of course link below, along with all the articles on everything we spoke about today. That's all from me, folks. Until next time.